Taylor's Castrol Toyota teammates Poulter and Howie.
We got a puncture and we stopped and changed it, and one of the specials got past us. We kept on logging on to him, and we just didn't have a buzzer inside the car. So we, at all the crossings, we were trying to hoot with the car. But we came up to one, and he stopped quite a way before the stop, and it caught us out. So it caught me out, and I braked quite hard and slipped on the grass, the wet grass, and went into the back of him.
Horrible way to finish the season for the pair. So as things stand, it's Visser and Badenhorst, followed by Berthold and Rousseau and Venter and Van Alleman. The Horns are in 7th place with Taylor and Murphy about 2 minutes behind.
Back to the action, and it's Corbett and Moore blazing the trail. Both men no strangers to the Dakar, albeit not as teammates. They took a heavy knock to the front suspension in Loop 1, but nothing too serious.
Van Biljon, absolutely loving life in Class A, said at DSP that the move was the best decision he's made. Him and Hasselmann second in class.
Heading for their second win on the trot in Class T, Visser and Badenhorst in the Atlas Copco Ford Ranger.
Their teammates are behind them in 2nd place, Gary Berthold and Siegfried Rousseau, enjoying a clean run so far.
Rounding off the front 3 in Class T, Venter and Van Alleman, an impressive performance from the youngsters.
Up front in Class P remains Matthews and Burke, no hassles yet for the duo from Century Racing.
They've climbed a spot and are now 3rd in Class A, Parker and Fincel from Cizanani Plastics, despite experiencing a puncture in the first loop.
Venter and Van Aert are sitting in front in Class S. Remember, Venter is just 9 points adrift in the Drivers' Championship.
While Thompson is leading the championship in Class P, and if he and McNamara stay in 2nd place, the title is his.
Macanetti and Bareng are now 4th in Class A, as it's bad news for championship winners Quinton and Cully Silvald. They're out. Well, you can't win them all.
On board now with Marsh and Lawrence, and they've had a very good run so far. And I've spoken too soon, then Navarra has gone flying. They're definitely out, but let's hope they're okay.
Well, good news, Derek. Both men have emerged relatively unscathed. The Horns from Mulholland, meanwhile, are trying their utmost to break away from Taylor and Murphy, but they don't seem to be doing enough.
And here are the defending champs, off a podium spot at the moment, but unless catastrophe strikes, they look to be headed for the title.
Lying way back now, James Watson and John Thompson. Unfortunately for them, the title in Class B looks to be a bridge too far, with Thompson and McNamara well ahead of them.
5th in Class T, Kobus van Tonder and Freddie Creel in the Unifreight Ford. And they're having no problems getting past the Rubicon Racing Hilux of Visser and LaRue. The pair still searching for their first podium this year, while Visser and LaRue, of course, are chasing the championship in Class S.
The route has been described as being extremely rocky by many, and that's proof as to how tough it was. That said, the overall view from most was that the Atlas Copco Gold 450 was a winner.
Taking it safe in the terrain, Luke Buerta and Andre Vermeulen from Regent Racing. Buerta absolutely loving his new home, so to speak.
So after 260 kilometers, Corbett and Moore still in front in the specials, followed by Van Biljon and Hasselmann, while Matthews and Burke are 1st in Class P.
Nothing changing amongst the front runners in the productions, with Visser and Badenhorst out in front. The Horns are 5th, just 1 place ahead of Taylor and Murphy.
Well, we have a new leader overall. Heartbreaking stuff for Corbett and Moore as they're sidelined. Van Biljon and Hasselmann from Atlas Copco, now the frontrunners with the finish line around the corner.
This really has been an exceptional performance from these two. I'll say it again, their first outing together in a special vehicle.
Unbelievably, there's also a change to the lead in Class T, and we now have Berthold and Rousseau in front, meaning something has happened to their Ford Racing teammates of Visser and Badenhorst.
It really is all happening, and that's opened the door for Venter and Van Alleman, who have jumped to 2nd place in Class T.
Good news for Corbett and Moore, they're up and running again, but they've dropped to 2nd in Class A. So near, but yet so far.
Back on board with Van Tonder and Creel. But being good Samaritans, they've made a U-turn to try and assist the stranded Visser and Badenhorst, but sadly to no avail.
Up front, a phenomenal victory for Sarel van Viljoen and Philip Hasselman from Atlas Copco, taking over the lead near the close to see out the win. Heartbreak though for Corberton Moore, who finished almost 8 minutes behind in second place, while the 7th place finish for Thompson with McNamara ensured that Class P was his.
Sarel, of course, no stranger to success, having done so well at the Dakar Rally and now doing equally as well at the Donaldson Cross Country Championship.
Sarel, representing Atlas Copco, this is their event and you did them proud.
Ek wil vir julle sê 'n jaar en 'n half terug het hulle my genader om betrokke te raak en van daai dag af tot vandag toe is dit een van die beste goed wat my gebeur het. Ek is so trots op hulle. Ek wil vir hulle sê baie dankie. Laat hulle my nader getrek het. Ek voel geëerd om weet onder hulle vaandel te ry en ek hoop ek kan hulle net trots maak.
As for the final standings, the Silverts taking the title despite recording a DNF today. What a year for the Elegant Fuel father and son team, finishing 36 points clear of their nearest challengers, the Duplessis.
As for the productions, a similar story as the Atlas Copco Ford Racing pair of Gary Berthelt and Siegfried Rousseau went in front close to the end and never let go to capture their first win of the year.
They were almost 3 minutes clear of Vincent van Alleman, while Taylor and Murphy's 5th place finish, 2 behind the horns, saw them capture their 2nd championship title in a row. In Class S, Visser and LaRue's 6th place saw them take the title.
Right, Gary, congratulations, what a ride.
Yeah, that was an incredible ride. That was an absolutely awesome race. This Atlas Copco Gold really seems to have it out there for mixed conditions, bit of rocks, bit of mud, treacherous stuff. Chris and myself, we had to keep each other honest the whole day. There was no gap between us and a bit of misfortune for him, but unfortunately sometimes it happens like that, and that was our fortune. We managed to bring this Atlas Copco Ford Ranger home in first place, and for us it's a fantastic achievement.
What a victory for Taylor and Murphy, 10 points clear of the horns from Mullerlaan. The win for Berthelt and Rousseau saw them just per Poulter and Howie to 3rd place. But of course, the Donaldson Cross Country Championship is not just about winning, but giving back as well.
We've been involved, I think, for over 25 years with the Lockwood Ranch. It's a home for children with Down syndrome, and once a year we have a Christmas party for them. It's very rewarding. It brings you down to earth. But it's something which we will continue to do for many years to come.
The Donaldson Cross Country Championship, brought to you by Donaldson Filtration Systems.